Real people, real opinions, real talk radio. The multi-award winning Niall Boylan Show.
Ireland's classic hits.
Oh, the rugby. How exciting. I'm so delighted because I always love talking about rugby. But it's not actually about rugby, because if it was, I'd be telling Jane I wouldn't be doing it. Because Jane often says to me, no, there's a really good story tonight about sport. Do you want to do it? And I go, no. She knows I have no interest in sport, but this is not actually about the sport. And okay, it's an email. I know you don't love sport. See, even the listeners know I don't love sport. But you are a man. And does that mean I must love sport? Anyway, you are a man, and maybe you can help me here. I'm at a loss. My fiancé and I are saving for a house. Every spare penny for the last 18 months has gone into our savings. We have really been a team at this, even though it has been difficult. I feel very proud of what we've accomplished so far. Well done. This is all going spiffingly well so far, isn't it? Anyway, except Niall. He's after blowing $5,000 going to the rugby in France. I feel sick even writing this. He's a big rugby head. It is massive in his family. His dad played for Munster, and all of them have just become obsessed with the World Cup. All care for our future seems to be gone out the window. He went over to Tonga, South Africa, and the Scotland game just gone. He came home in between the first two, but he's still over there now and says he can't miss the New Zealand game. Now, I couldn't even tell you what she's talking about there. Can I just point out what even the New Zealand game is, or Tonga, or whatever? Anyway, he works from home, and apparently his work is fine with this. He says if we win, he can't come home and miss out on the World Cup final. Now, the final is on the 28th of October. He is staying in Airbnbs with his friends and in friends' houses. It is costing a fortune, not to mention the tickets. He paid £600 for the last ticket. I'm just so upset by this. He tells me that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If we win the World Cup, it will be the only time Ireland have ever done that in any sport, and he says it will change the Irish psyche forever. I don't know, Niall. Am I hearing is the sound of money? All I'm hearing is the sound of money being wasted. Does sound like that, doesn't it? What do you think? Please help. Well, Sandra, I 100% agree with you, can I just say from the start, but I don't think the listeners will. I think the listeners are probably going to say, for God's sake, it's only a once-in-a-lifetime achievement. So I think they're going to be with your boyfriend on this, but I could be completely wrong. So is he being selfish in doing this? Or, okay, he clearly has a passion for the game. His family played for Munster or something like that. I'm assuming they're a rugby team. So I'm assuming... Is he being selfish? Or is she being unreasonable and controlling a little bit as well? Because remember, the money he's spending, he saved too. Niall, why have you got such a hatred for sport? It's not. I don't have a hatred for sport. It's just a disinterest. I think I explained this before, because my family were obsessed with sport. My mother probably knew more, right up to the age of 75, knew more about, football than any man I knew in a pub, for example. She would know every single player's name. She had like 4 television channels, the Chelsea channel, the Man United channel, and the Sky Sports. And my father was a secretary of the FAI. My father was an international referee. He was head of the Leinster Junior League. He was secretary of the AUL. There was like an obsession in our house with sport. So it just completely turned me off. That's why I had just no interest. I don't think my father was too proud of me for that fact. Anyway, getting back to this woman and her boyfriend spending thousands on the Rugby World Cup. Let me go to Colm. Colm, how are you?
Hi, how are you keeping?
Good. Now, Colm, it wouldn't appeal to me to be spending all sorts of money just to go and see lads kicking a ball around a pitch, but obviously this guy's quite passionate about it.
I'm kind of the same as yourself when it comes to sports now, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I know Limerick won there recently, they had 4 in a row, and I'm a Limerick man, so even though I don't like watching a ball going up and down the field, they had it on the house, and they had it on the radio, and they had it everywhere. So you've no choice but to watch it.
Yeah.
So, and I was delighted that they won, but I'm not a fake. I didn't go out and drink and go, hey, Limerick, like everyone else does. You know what I mean? I'm not like that.
Yeah.
But to me, spending money on a sport, unless it's something that I like boxing. I like kickboxing, cage fighting. That was my thing. I like doing that.
It's not really a sport, is it? 2 people kicking the shite out of each other.
No, we used to beat the shit out of each other, yeah. But to me, that's a sport. That's my sport. But rugby, tough man sport. I'll say that, yeah. Born.
Yeah.
Soccer, fit man sport. Born. Do you know what I mean? Hurley, tough man sport. Born. Can't do it. Just can't. No. Rather listen to some music, play guitar, do something.
Yeah, I'd rather gouge my eyes out with scissors than watch it. Yeah.
Anything rather than watch that.
Okay, so we have obviously some commonalities here. We don't like the bloody game, but is he being selfish by going off and spending all this money?
No, that's what you think about it. Like, there's things you could do that would be way worse than like spending money on rugby.
Like what?
And obviously, drugs, crack. You know what I mean?
Well, I think if he was spending it on drugs, I'd like to think she'd dump him. You know what I mean?
Well, there's kids involved in as well, isn't there?
No, she'd know herself and her fiancé, so I don't think there's any kids. No.
Come on! Like, in fairness, when she met him, she must have known he was a rugby kid.
But she obviously did, yeah, because his family. She said his dad played for Munster, so yeah.
So I could go into Munster now as well. My family were all Munster. Like I was. Yeah. I was made to play rugby when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And basically my family were on the Munster board, and my cousin was the captain of Munster. It was called before it was called Young Munster years ago.
Right. Okay.
So.
But he's paying 600 quid for a ticket for a match. Like 600. Who pays 600 quid for a ticket for a rugby match?
I wouldn't go to that. See, Elton John wouldn't pay that.
600 quid. You'd want to have dinner with the players for that kind of money, wouldn't you? You know what I mean?
You want to have a meet and greet. And autographs from every single one of them.
Yes, 600 quid.
Jesus Christ, 600 quid. Come on, man.
I know, yeah, but you're still defending him, saying let him at it.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can kind of say, like, if it's a hobby, I don't like sport, but I like music. Like yourself, Niall, I've been to it's not DJing and things.
Yeah.
So, like, imagine being told, I don't want you DJing anymore.
Yeah, but at least but hang on, with the DJing, you're making money. You're not losing it.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. No, that's a good point. I wasn't thinking clearly there.
Yeah, you're making money. I'd like to think you are anyway. Yeah.
But I suppose,
here's the thing. You know, I mean, we have a family budget, myself and my wife, right? I mean, I love cars, so does she. I'd love a Ferrari, but I'm not going to go out and buy one by the month because it would kill our family budget. Do you know what I mean?
I love a Bugatti.
I couldn't afford it. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, and sometimes it doesn't matter what your hobby is. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it.
Exactly, but like, how strapped is she for cash? Like, is it bad?
No, they've been saving for a house, and the money they've saved for the house, he's just spent $5,000 of it on this kind of God knows how many weeks he's been away now, going to each match.
It's a bit of a...
Yeah.
Did she not say... How long are they together?
Let me see. Doesn't say.
It's only a thing where it's a new thing and they're only getting to know
they're at least 18 months together because they're saving for the last 18 months for a house. They must be together a few years.
Surely to God, she knows his farm and she knows, but like spending that kind of money as well.
Yeah.
You'd need to sit down and talk and like say, look, if we're spending $5,000, at least spend 2.5 and we'll come halfway.
Okay, well stay there. Let me just go to Wayne as well. Wayne, hi.
Lloyd, how's it going? You all right?
Grand. Wayne's World, excellent.
Party's fine. I've heard it all before.
All right, swing. Okay, Wayne. So, Wayne, I mean, do you agree with this woman?
Well, I only kind of got the start of it there, but like there's I suppose a bit of communication between the two of them, and like I've known couples that have done this before that the girl wants to go off and go shopping with the girls in New York, and he didn't give a crap, and then he wanted to go somewhere and was shut down straight away. And he was like, well, where's the fairness? I think it's just into the fairness. And he was telling her, listen, the World Cup is every 4 years, and like, you know, it's or not really. I know it's only the rugby that we can qualify for the World Cup, because the soccer, so we wouldn't qualify for children's allowance in the soccer. So like, it's just, so we might as well enjoy what we can.
We wouldn't even win an under-16s match. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we wouldn't win at the Xbox. But no, I just think it's.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Wayne. You just think.
No, just think of the guy that chap saying about the UFC. The guy, I know people who spent the goods of. Well, there's a couple of 1,500 to go to one of Conor McGregor's fights.
Right.
So, like, you know, and he's obviously his girlfriend was going mad.
Waste of money. You go on, yeah.
Yeah, but like that.
Yeah. What are you saying, Colin? You wouldn't pay $1,500 or $1,500 to go and see Conor McGregor in Vegas or something?
I was a cage fighter and I wouldn't pay that. That's nuts. So I think.
Yeah, well, people did. They went to Las Vegas to see him a while ago there. They did a few years back when he, before he went mad.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I just think it's more for the experience of, like, I don't think he means any harm in what he's doing. Like, I know obviously he's saving for a house and all, but like, one of the lifetime things like that you just probably never do again,
But she said he came home between the first two matches. He's gone back over again, wherever he's gone at the moment. Where is he? And the Scotland game just gone. He came home in between the first two, but he's still over there now and says he can't miss the New Zealand game. He works from home, and apparently his work is okay with it. He says if we win this, he can't come home because he can't miss us in the World Cup final. She says, no, that's the 28th of October. He could be there for another 3 weeks, like. He's in an Airbnb with his mates.
I know he should come home.
Wayne, go ahead.
Did he get a package deal, or was it a case of he's just going over off the cuff?
It seems to be off the cuff with the lads. Like they've rented out an Airbnb.
Like he wouldn't. Like obviously, France is only 2 hours away in a flight.
Yeah.
Surely he can come home and go back over. Like he doesn't have to stay over there. It's not like he's from South Africa and he has the 4 games in a package. There's another way the soccer does it.
Yeah.
In the World Cup, you go over and you stay.
Yeah, and forgive my ignorance, but all the games are in France, aren't they? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, I can't understand why he can't come home.
Yeah, well,
I
can understand. He obviously just wants to have a piss up for 4 weeks with the lads.
Yeah, piss up for 4 weeks. He's probably going, you know what, I probably never do this again because obviously we're going to get a house. You might have a kid and that's it then. I won't be able to go to the shop with me on, never mind the France.
He grumbled.
So, I think there's an argument for both. The kid obviously wants to go away with the lads and enjoy the World Cup. As I said, obviously this Ireland with the only thing that we can get our kind of hopes up for.
Yeah, well, hang on. Let me just bring Steve in before the news because I've only got a minute. Steve, hi.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. Come to me when there's only a
minute
left.
No, Steve, I'll come back. I'll come back to you after the news again. I'm just so we can hear your voice just before the news. That's all.
Well, do you know what? I just got a brief insight into the mind of Niall Boylan tonight when you went, swing, really, lad? Really?
Wayne's World. I loved Wayne's World. I thought it was excellent.
Do you remember what he ordered in the Chinese takeaway?
No, but
a cream of something guy.
The cream of something. Do you remember what Stacey bought him for a birthday present?
Oh no!
Oh my God!
She bought him a gun rack because he said to Stacey, he said, "Oh, wonderful, a gun rack." He says, I don't even have a gun to necessitate having a rack. Anyway, sorry, Steve. It is going nowhere. Steve, should he feel bad and feel guilty?
Of course he should. I mean, he's clearly only going over for a piss-up. What I would say to her is, keep your eye on his credit card bills and look at the bars that he's in. Because I can guarantee it, 3/4 of his budget is going towards alcohol. That's all these things are, is a big piss-up.
Well, this is true, yeah. But is that a problem? Because, as you know, Wayne said, look, the way he's thinking of it is, we're buying a house now, we're probably going to have a kid, get married, it'll be all over. I won't get to go to these things again.
Yeah, you know as well as I do, when you're buying a house, Niall, and having kids, you get to do all the other stuff, the crazy stuff, after, like in 20 years' time. Let him wait another 20 years until he has everything in order.
Yeah, okay.
Can I also point out that this would... Did this lad also say that this would change the psyche of the nation?
He did.
What a lame bleeding excuse.
He did, yeah. She said if we win the World Cup. He said, he told her that if we win the World Cup, it'll be the only time that Ireland have ever done that in any sport, and it will change the psyche of the nation forever.
Does he think that's going to work? For Christ's sake almighty, that's a lousy excuse.
It's only a rugby game, for God's sake.
Yeah, well, actually, only 500,000 people watched the rugby last year in Ireland. 500,000, which is not a terribly huge number. I just seen that on RTE. I googled it.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's better than the Late Late Show ratings.
It's not bad, but changing the psyche of the nation, 500,000 people.
Well, I imagine if they're in the final, it's going to be the ratings will be a lot higher than that.
Well, but here, Niall, is it going to change your psyche?
Well, see, it's not. It's not like, kind of what was that big one we were in 20 years ago, the Euros and all that. You remember that? Yeah.
No idea.
The one with Jack Charlton. The one with Jack Charlton, whatever that was called.
The World Cup?
The World Cup, 1990.
No, before that.
The soccer, the fun game.
The other World Cup?
He's 4 lads on the air, and not one of us knows the name of this major competition.
Cup 1988.
The World Cup, the Euros.
No,
yeah,
the Euros, wasn't it? Yeah.
The Euro 1988.
Yeah, Steve Staunton and Cascarino and Paul McGrath. Yeah, all that.
Yeah, we lost the game.
Yeah, do you remember that whole thing when Ireland were in a competition, right? So here's the thing. I think we have a difficulty when we do well, right? Because as Irish people, we can't accept that we're, for example, in rugby, from what I know, we're the best in the world, right? But we can't accept that as Irish. We think we're getting in there by the skin of our teeth because we're so used to it. Do you remember that whole shit that used to go on with the Irish? So we'd lose every match, right? And we'd still celebrate and we'd go, right, okay, all is not lost. If England lose the next match, Sweden are beaten by 7, Germany are beaten by 1,500, we still have a chance. Do you remember all that?
Yeah. All them different scenarios, yeah.
Sorry,
Are you
Wayne?
talking about when... Go on, Wayne. He's
I
gone.
just said that. I'm just saying all the different scenarios that we had to look at. For Ireland to go to the second round, as you said, if Germany gets, he might qualify for the quarterfinals.
And then they'd come home after losing. I remember Roy Keane had a go at the Irish team over this and the Irish people, saying, you know, how stupid we were. That when they'd lose and they wouldn't do well, they'd get the open top bus to O'Connell Street and we all be cheering. Whoa!
But no, as you said, like we're not a nation like the likes of like in the UK. Even with like the Olympics, you see China getting 14,000 million goals, Ireland get a gold medal, and like they're a national hero. So we're not used to kind of cheering people. You even remember when the Hockey World Cup was on, everyone would start being a hockey fan.
Yeah. The same with the 2 lads that won the rowing. They couldn't just accept that they were great at what they did. It was all about the spuds and the steak. Getting back to this, Steve, is she being controlling or is he being a waster?
He's been an absolute waster. I mean, in all fairness, Niall, look, you know that my past, I wasn't particularly a nice guy and my priorities were up my arse. But as soon as a kid came along or plans of future and that type of stuff, you have to grow up and you have to put these things aside.
But he's not. But he doesn't have kids. He doesn't have a house yet. It's just a fiancé with some money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he won't either if he keeps on having these piss-ups. Do you really think it's about the football or the rugby? Because if it is, he can watch it on TV.
Well, hang on. Yeah, but it is about the rugby, but it's also about the crack with the lads.
Might have a few lads around, a couple of drinks in the house, job sorted.
No, they're not. They're all gone to the Rugby World Cup. He'll be on his own.
I'm sure he'll find people. Watch it with his missus. I'm sure she will enjoy having him home. And then again, maybe she'll figure out that it's a horrible game and she doesn't want any part in it and she'll get rid of him every time it's on. So,
okay, well, hang on. Let me just go to Angela as well. Angela, hi, how are you?
Oh my God.
What?
Oh my God.
What?
Oh my God.
What?
I'm just sitting here shaking my head, going, oh
Rugby's
my God.
shite.
Oh I must have said it about 50 times now in the past. Good Jesus Christ, this only comes around once every 4 years, and this potentially could be, and they can do it, Ireland's year, right? This is nothing. Steve, I'm going to tell you something here, right? This has absolutely nothing to do with going out on the piss with the boys. This has nothing to do with, do you know what I mean, going on a lads' weekend. This could potentially be the biggest year ever for Ireland rugby. And if you don't follow rugby...
But did they not win the Triple Crown before? Are they not recognised as one of the best teams in the world?
We are number 1 in the world.
Well, then it's not a big deal. There's nothing unique about this situation.
It is a big deal. It is a big deal because we've never won the World Cup.
Angela, even if they did go off,
Angela,
if they went off and they won the World Cup and everything was marvellous, then what? Bit of an anticlimax. He's going to be coming home to a bill of $5,000.
It's not. I am telling you, Jesus Christ, we haven't heard all we hear is South Africa have won it. France have won it. New Zealand have won it. England have won it.
No,
we're
Angela, answer me this much.
No, Steve, no.
Answer me this much. Hold on.
In the world.
Yeah,
no,
we're
Steve,
brilliant.
We're number 1 in the world, and all we hear is, but you've never won the World Cup.
Angela, answer me this much. Let's say I was in a relationship and my sport was, I don't know, toboggan, something really weird. And I said to my other half, listen, I have to go over and spend €5,000 watching people in toboggan races. Do you think that would be absolutely fine for me to do that?
600 quid, Steve. There's a big difference between $5,000
5,000.
and 600 quid.
No, hang on now. In fairness, she said, Niall, he's after blowing $5,000. Now, he's gone to all the matches, Angela, and he's with the lads in an Airbnb, and he's planning on staying.
I didn't hear that bit.
He said he went over for, I know nothing about this, so you know more than I do. He went over for the Tonga, South Africa, and the Scotland game just gone. He came home in between the first two, but he's still over there now and says he can't miss the New Zealand game. He works from home, and apparently this is fine with his job. And he says, if we win this, I can't come home and miss the World Cup final. That's the 28th of October.
He has been to every match. He has been This is New Zealand. We actually, myself and my sister, right, are meant to go away for the night next weekend, right? I am not pulling the piss, right? This Saturday, we're meant to go away with two of the girls for the weekend. We found out that, because my sister has a camper van, so where we were going to go, the campsites are closed, right? We've actually priced going to France on Thursday for the New Zealand match.
Angela, can you not understand, though, that $5,000 is an awful lot of money? Like, if I had said to my partner, I'm after buying €5,000 of the best cocaine in the world, but it's the best, so, it's okay for me to waste the money on it.
That wouldn't shock me with you, Steve.
Now, Steve, I don't think that's it. Now, in fairness, I only say this to Colm. That's not a good analogy because any girlfriend would hopefully break up with you if you spend $5,000 on drugs.
The point is, Niall, the point is...
The big difference in drugs and a football game or a
when you claim something is the best, like Angela's doing and this lad is doing, then that gives them carte blanche to spend any money they want.
We're not on our own here because the whole world knows that Ireland is
the whole world don't know.
Yes,
I didn't even know. Angela, I didn't know. This is the first I heard about it tonight was Niall talking about it. I went, what? We're doing what now? I haven't a clue. I don't watch this crap.
That's you. Do you know what I mean? But the whole world.
Anyone
who's into rugby.
You cannot say the whole world.
I haven't been watching it, Angela, in fairness. I know nothing about it.
No. Anyone who's into rugby, let me rephrase that and apologise because I do. Anyone who is into rugby knows how important this is.
The goal. This is the holy grail.
I wonder. Paid.
But Angela, 600 quid for a ticket just for the match.
I have paid stupid money. Well, kind of not really all over the years because I used to get my tickets from a player. But before that player and after that player, I've paid stupid money for tickets.
What's stupid money? What's stupid money? What's the most you've spent on the ticket?
500 quid.
You're an idiot.
Sorry, this coming from somebody who does drugs. Thank you.
Angela, I could buy a car for €500.
Well, hang on, stay there. Let me go to Darren. Darren, hi, how are you?
€500. I'm entertained. I'll tell you that much. I'm entertained.
Darren, is he being selfish or is she being controlling?
I'll tell you this, all right? It is an opportunity. It doesn't, I've heard this thing, 2015 we're meant to win it, 2019 we're meant to win it. Obviously this year we have a good horse. I'm a former rugby player. I love the sport. But, you only really get to make a family once. He's putting a lot on the line. He's putting a lot on the line. Like, I love the sport. If I could go over, I would. I'm the type of guy who wouldn't spend $3.95 on a Red Bull can. But, it's a tough one, I'll be honest with you. It is. I wouldn't like to be him when I go home, whether it's on the 28th or next week. It's a red flag. That's what I'd say. It's a walking red flag.
But it's a walking red flag, but you think he's okay. You'd do it, would you?
Oh, no, I wouldn't do it. No, God, no. You get to start a family once. I know some people who really said, they only met the love of their life once in their life and they got away and that was it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a tough one. I'd love to go over and watch it, but I don't think I'd be
paying
But
the price this guy
but
is.
when you say it's a tough one, what's tough about it? You know, rugby match or wife for life. You know what I mean? What's tough about it?
I'm telling you what's tough about it right now. I'm a former player. I love the sport. I have an admiration. I know Barry isn't a big fan of it, and you could tell it in 20 seconds. But for people who are actually a big fan of it, it is a tough call because it's a beautiful sport, and beyond what it means for the country. I mean, we're a small nation. There's 4 or 5 million of us, and to be on that stage, whether you think it's big or not, is a huge achievement. You know.
Well, there's no doubt thank you, Angela. Yeah, there's no doubt it is an achievement because we don't really do too well at very much, right? So it is without a doubt an achievement.
Watching the football team's depressing, you know.
No,
that's all
yeah.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah. You might as well
we
do
always have the Eurovision.
We haven't even qualified for that for the last 5 years, and the 1 year we did qualify, we came last.
The most recent highlight of the Eurovision has been the Jedward's hairstyle, and that's not even a good one.
Or
Dustin the bleeding turkey.
But I mean, Darren, you know, I understand people can have a passion. Angela has a passion. This is like a male Angela, you know, and but in saying that, you know, like he's going to spend the rest of his life with this woman, and she's now pissed off.
Yeah. See, if you spend so much time saving up, that's the thing that's getting me. You know, as Irish, I don't know if all of us are tight with money, but I am. If you spend so much time saving up, I don't think it's that wise. Because, like, it's her money as well, obviously, if they've both been saving up. There's a lot of equations here that are unanswered.
Who did you play for, by the way, when you played rugby?
Tullow, you know where Sean O'Brien played? Tullow Tank.
Okay.
Oh, the tank.
Big team.
Yeah. So, no, I do have a love. It didn't treat me too kindly, I'll give you that much. But certainly, it's for me, it's a tough one. But I'd have to say the family first. Kind of, you know what they say, like happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
And I don't think she's that happy.
No, she's clearly not, because he's now gone for a couple of weeks, and he could be there till the 28th of October.
And she's writing into you. That's a clear indication there's something wrong.
Yeah, God knows what he's doing over there.
You know, the ball is in her 22 right now, and she needs to decide: is this something she can live with, or is this something that's it? Because, you know, you're talking about marriage, talking about kids, talking about a house. These are huge commitments. Does she want to do that to someone, or
yeah? See, Angela, I told you.
Just give him the ball and put it over the line. Just let him stay for the bloody match.
In fairness, he makes that lad. I forget his name. He makes a really good point.
Darren, yeah, he called you Barry, so you can call him what you want.
So Darren is basically saying, you know, who does he love more, the game or his missus? Which is a really good question. At the end of the day, if she has said it to him already, and he's ignoring her, clearly doesn't like her that much.
No, I wouldn't say that about him.
To be fair, he could have skipped the Tonga and Romania game. Like, those were blowouts. He could have skipped those.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no,
no idea what that means.
Neither do I.
She has gone on into this relationship with the love of knowing he loves rugby, right?
Yeah, she was aware of that. He said his father played for Munster. Yeah, so she knew he was a rugger bugger.
There you go. He's a fine Munster man. Stay over there.
My father was an alcoholic. Does that give me an excuse to be?
No, you just drove.
Yeah, well, see, Angela, my father was secretary of the FAI, an international referee and head of the AOL and Leinster Junior Leagues. I hate sport. So that doesn't necessarily run. You know what I mean?
No, sure, my dad played rugby. My dad's a cyclist. My dad squash. That doesn't mean that we used to follow the Tour de France, actually.
Yeah.
But, when we were younger.
What, lads cycling around in circles?
Yeah, we used to have a 4-week holiday in France where we would take in some of the stages of the Tour de France.
Lance Armstrong off his nut.
It sounds
well
riveting.
before that cheating.
I knew a guy who went to the Formula Ones. That's a really expensive hobby, can I point out, by the way. He went to the Formula One racing, and I never understood the logic of it. And his name, his nickname was Chalky, right? I used to call him Chalky. And I go, Chalky, so you'll go over there, you'll sit in a stand because he paid for stand seats. And I said, and every 15 minutes, all you'll see is vroom, 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 vroom.
Niall, hold on. You're a bleeding hypocrite. this is coming from the man who only, I think it was last year, who came on air and had the audacity to say, I like Coronation Street or Emmerdale or one of these stupid programs.
Coronation Street.
You'd sit there.
It's coming to, can I just point out, by the way, for all the Coronation Street fans, it's coming to a head. The net is closing in on Stephen. But go on.
No,
but you know what the funny
is,
thing about that is, Steve,
what?
if you go back to about 4 years ago, now I would have went, see that Coronation Street EastEnders, they're all over the shite.
And this is my point.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't pay $5,000 to go over and see the set or something like that.
Well, no,
doesn't interest me that much.
You just said that your mate sits there.
I only said that to my mum. I only said that to my mum the other day. So you can go to tour Coronation Street. I said, Mum, will I bring you over?
What were you going to say, Steve? What's that got to do with the rugby game?
My point is, you said that your mate sits there and watches the cars going vroom, vroom, vroom past, and you're going, how the hell could you watch that? In my mind, I'm going, how the hell can I boil and watch Coronation?
But I'm not paying for the privilege of that. I just sit there. The only thing I have to give it is my time. He was spending thousands going to Grand Prix just to see cars whizzing by.
No,
okay, I didn't hear you saying he was
different.
there.
Yeah. Well, where else would he be?
Every night
I'm watching it on
is
TV.
different in Coronation Street. Every night is different.
Listen, well, I don't watch Coronation Street, but I can guarantee you I can give the plot away straight away. There's somebody got murdered, somebody's unwell, and there's an affair happening, yeah?
Yeah, you've pretty much summed it up.
Watch it.
Actually, he murdered more than one person. There's 3 people he killed. I'm going to point out. Sorry, Darren, you know, I really and truly, even as a rugby fan, I'm glad to hear you saying that he's not making much sense.
Well, you know, it's baffling to me. I mean, especially if this one's the one they're, you know, engaged to be married. It's, you know, I wouldn't want to put myself in that position. You know, I'm very much of the mantra, happy wife, happy life. So,
yeah, are you with somebody, by the way? Have you got a partner?
Oh God, no, not really.
What do you mean, oh God, no? Is it not that bad, is it?
You tell me. Have you been married yourself?
Yeah, I am. I'm married. Yeah.
Oh, so it's a good experience.
Yeah, it's a wonderful marriage. Is wonderful if you're with the right person, of course.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
if you're with the wrong person, it's not that good.
We don't know if this is the right person.
So, have you got a girlfriend, Darren?
Oh no, working on that as well. But you know, even I know from a bit of the common sense that you don't want to go ruffling that boat too much if you do have one, especially spending $5,000.
Okay, but hold on a second. Let me just go to Sophie. Hi, Sophie. No sign of Sophie. She's gone. Thank you, Angela. Thank you for the assistance there with that one there. Sophie's gone.
Sophie, you there?
Sophie's gone to the Rugby World Cup. Oh, she is there. Sophie,
yeah, Sophie is here, yeah.
Oh, Sophie, you're there. Okay, thank you. So,
yeah,
so
I just think
go ahead.
This is absolutely outrageous. €600.
Yeah.
€600. He could buy her a Dyson Airwrap with that.
He could a Dyson Airwrap.
Like a Dyson Airwrap is €600, and he's gone off to the rugby with the boys. It's just outrageous.
But who says he hasn't bought her one?
Dyson Airwrap.
What's that, Noel?
Like, it's not going to be Johnny Sexton getting in bed with him at the end of the night, is it? It's going to be his wife.
But who says he hasn't bought her one?
Well, do you know that he has bought her one?
Do you know he hasn't?
What's the obsession with the Dyson Airwrap? Can I just point out here?
No, but what
I know she'd be more happy with a Dyson Airwrap.
Well, he hasn't just spent $600, by the way. That was just the ticket. That doesn't include the accommodation, the drink money, and the Airbnb for the last month. So he spent over $5,000. Sophie.
Noel, will you be quiet? There's about to be a catfight. There's about to be a catfight. We keep quiet.
So,
yeah.
Has he put a ring on her finger yet?
Yeah.
Okay, he has the
They're
ring.
buying a house.
What about Christmas? Oh, he's buying a house and he's spending £600 on the rugby.
$5,000.
Yeah. Well done to
that. That is outrageous. And what's he getting there for Christmas? Do you know?
Do you?
Well, no, but clearly nothing important if he's spending $5,000 on the rugby.
Well, obviously, I don't know either because it's clearly not important. But it's not as important as the rugby.
You're meant to have a personal connection with your wife. Do you think he has a personal connection with Johnny Sexton or the likes of Ian Madigan? I don't think so.
Ian Madigan isn't there, by the way. He's finished playing a couple of years ago.
Oh, God, you did your history, didn't you?
I don't know. it's not history. It's a known fact if you are a rugby follower.
This is the rugby correspondent for Ireland here, clearly.
Yeah, ask Niall. He'll tell you.
She is. Fair to Sophie.
We
She
have
knows
one of
her
the
stuff.
pundits here.
Yes, she knows her stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Go on,
Sophie,
name something about it. Go
okay,
on.
I'm only going to give you the counter argument. It's not that I agree with it, Sophie, right? But, you know, this is, as Angela put it, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Ireland to win the World Cup, the Rugby World Cup, of course. And, you know, and he wants to experience it. Like, after all, he's now going to be settling down, buying a house with her, maybe having a child in the future. He might not get that opportunity again, that freedom again.
Hang on. Angela, is it?
Yeah, it's Angela.
Yeah. Hi.
Do you have a Dyson Airwrap?
I do.
And do you like it?
No, actually, I think it's a load of crap. I use my old one.
Well, you know what? It's settled. You give it to that poor lady and we let him go off to the rugby.
Who mentioned that? She never mentioned the Dyson Airwrap.
But hold on a second. So he doesn't get to do what he wants, yet she gets what she wants. That's a great relationship, isn't it?
I'm so confused.
Who said she wanted an Airwrap? You're the one that brought up the Airwrap.
What?
When did I bring up the Airwrap? You did. Sophie, are you on drugs tonight? You on
In the name
drugs?
of Jesus.
Seriously, like.
Sophie, you mentioned the Airwrap.
It was your Airwrap. That poor lady would want one as well.
Airwrap. You did.
You were always
You
saying that you had
brought
the
it up.
curly blow dry.
No, hold on a
Angela,
second. You turned around.
we're not seeing eye to eye.
Sophie. You turned around and said he could buy her a Dyson Airwrap. How's that me bringing it up?
Look, if you're upset that you don't like the Airwrap and you spent the 600 quid already, just say it.
Do you work for Dyson? Are you trying?
No, I have to work for GHD.
You know what I love? I love Hyundai cars. An iX35. He could have bought her a Hyundai iX35, couldn't he? Because Hyundai
He could have, but instead he's
iX35
gone
are
off with the boy out to the rugby.
a fabulous piece. And you know what?
It's a full moon
Instead of
outside.
the Air Dyson Airwrap, you can shove your head out the window and blow dry your hair like that.
In fairness, the Airwrap is very good, isn't it? The way it works.
Angela knows all about it, clearly.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's a bleeding Corlin tongs. I just Googled it.
I wonder, do you know what, actually, in the Airbnb book, they might have a Dyson in there. You could probably steal it and bring it home.
What Airbnb? I wouldn't need to steal it, love. I can afford it.
Well, he's
Unlike you, obviously.
he's staying now. So he's staying in the Airbnb for a month. What using the money they've saved over the last 18 months that was supposed to go towards a deposit for a house.
You know what they could have done? They could have checked out all the bathrooms with Dyson hair dryers.
Yeah.
Can
You
I
know
just
what?
point
They probably
something out
could've
there,
gotten
Niall?
Ian Madigan to come along and do her hair for her.
Oh, I need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, she's retired now.
Oh,
Niall?
Yeah,
Niall,
sorry, Steve. Yeah,
I
go on.
just, so, like, from the start of all of this, I had no idea what they were talking about. 600 quid on a something.
A Dyson Airwrap.
And when they said Dyson's hair wrap, I
Airwrap.
thought one of those, that yoke, yeah. So I assumed it was one of those things you plop over your head like you used to see in the hairdressers years ago. I Googled it, and it's a fucking Corlin tongs. 600 euro.
No, hold on. Now, here, don't insult Dyson. It's not just any old curling tongs.
It's sponsored by Dyson.
Karen has
Well, this
one now,
fella's wife wouldn't know about it.
The hair automatically spins around it. It's the air that makes the hair go around it. You don't have to twist it. No, I do. No, I see one on display in Curry's. That's how I know.
Angela,
I wouldn't pay 600 quid for a curling tongs.
Yeah, but apparently this guy could instead of...
No, well, he paid it for a ticket for a game. In fairness to Sophie, she's got a point. At least she can have the Airwrap forever. Well, until Dyson guarantee it. But in saying that, 600 quid for one ticket for one game, it's all over in what, 2 hours?
Angela.
Once in a lifetime. Is Dyson,
Angela.
is the experience with Dyson a once in a lifetime?
Depends.
Of course it is. Look at your hair, Angela. It's gorgeous.
Oh my good Jesus.
Angela, was your husband happy when you spent 600 quid on a Dyson Airwrap? That's ridiculous.
Is it? I'm divorced, thank you.
600 quid on an Airwrap.
Sophie, have you ever gone to a game? Sophie? Was she gone again?
Of rugby.
She's using her hair wrap.
Yes.
Sophie, are you gone? What is she?
No, mirror.
Okay, Sophie, have you ever gone to a rugby game?
Doing her hair.
I don't think, not that I can remember now.
Surely it would be reasonably memorable if you did.
Not like an Ireland one, probably just like a regular one, you know.
A local
See,
game.
I'd only go to a match if I had my hair done, and I don't have the air off, you see.
And you know what? For some strange reason, I actually believe that.
Well, you know, Amazon Prime are having their Prime Day soon enough. So
It's day after tomorrow, actually, I think, isn't it? Yeah, you can buy.
Yeah,
you can get an air wrap probably fairly cheap. Let me just go to Rob. Hang on, stay there, all of you. Sophie, you're a hoot. Rob, hi, how are you?
How's it going? You well?
Yeah, I don't know what this conversation has turned into, by the way.
I'm loving this. Is it Angela that doesn't like the Dyson hair?
I didn't say I didn't like it. I said, well, I did. I said I have one.
I'll buy it off you. I'll give you 50 euros for it.
Why, is your wife looking for one, is she?
My wife? No, I don't have a wife.
Oh, okay. All right, okay.
No, it's not. It's for myself. For myself.
If you keep talking about it there, I'm sure that Sophie's up for a free one.
Have you got long hair, Rob, or something, have you?
No. It sounds for 600 euros. It sounds a fantastic machine for trying your hair.
See. Here's the thing about Dyson, right? I don't want to be saying bad things about them because maybe they advertise at the radio station or something. I don't know, but their stuff like their Hoovers and everything else, they're very expensive, aren't they? They must be good, huh?
The Hoovers lose no suction. They're brilliant.
Oh, don't you
start. I
start.
prefer the Miele, actually. The Miele is better.
Okay.
Anyway, and I have a Dyson.
Rob, getting back to the original question, is he squandering money, Rob?
So we're back to the first world problem, right? This fella on the 600 euros on a ticket. It's absolutely off the wall. First of all, has she got our money in a joint savings account?
I don't know. I imagine they do. Yeah, I imagine they do.
For this house, this imaginary house. The house won't be happening, by the way.
No, not if he's going to be spending money like this.
No, that will not be happening. If I were her now, I'd tell her to get our money out of that account. If she has money in it for a start, because your man is that fickle, right? He can jeopardise his whole future by going to a shagging rugby game, a minority sport, by the way.
You keep forgetting the most important line, Rob.
What's that?
Once in a lifetime.
Once every 4 years. Lifetime.
So what?
When you say a minority sport, it does seem like a lot of people like it.
Yeah, I know.
I've no interest in it. You know, it doesn't appeal to me.
From what I hear, I don't watch it. Don't no interest in it whatsoever.
32 lumps of, or whatever it is, or 24 lumps of testosterone running around a pitch. Yeah. How many people are on the pitch, Angela?
30, and then you have the ref, which is 31.
Lumps of testosterone running around a pitch.
Oh,
they should fill the ball with helium, and that'd be more crack.
Here's what I
There's
know about
nothing
it,
like seeing 30 men beat the living shite out of each other on a pitch. It's brilliant.
I don't think so, Angela.
Oh, this is great.
Because when they get to 40 years of age.
Sport? Do you watch
Yes, I do,
sport?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
What do you watch? Football?
Gaelic and football, yeah, and Gaelic.
Yeah.
What was that old saying? I'm not casting aspersions on people, by the way. But what was that old saying years ago?
Rugby is a game played by Rugby is a game for hooligans played by gentlemen. Football is a game for gentlemen played by hooligans. Isn't that it?
Is that way around or the other way around? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, that's the one.
That's kind of like Bush when he messed up and said,
the only thing I'll say is, at least with rugby players, they are intelligent, highly intelligent.
What's intelligent about running around a pitch after a ball?
And getting battered around the head with cauliflower
when they retire, they are doctors, they are physios, they are scientists. All of them have.
They're scientists. You were going to say they were scientists.
Yeah, they're arse doctors.
Why? Do you know what you do, right? Do you know what you do?
They're probably sports injury specialists because they've had so many injuries.
That's about the height of it.
Yeah.
They are lawyers. I'll tell you what.
Lawyers. Well, then they must have studied to be a lawyer before they became a rugby player. That's different.
Not before, during it. You'd have to do it for years. They do
Cite
it
your
during
source,
it.
Angela. Angela, cite your
Paul
source.
O'Connell.
Prove us all wrong.
Look up.
Oh, shit.
Look up Paul O'Connell. Look up Paul O'Connell's degrees.
Mm.
Look up
Who's that?
Brian O'Driscoll's.
He's a rugby player, I'm
Look
assuming.
up Brian Fitzgerald's degrees. They're all bankers.
no.
They're all intelligent. What do footballers do? Nothing.
Angela, can I ask you one question? An awful lot of these fellas. Here's a question for you, Angela. What you're saying, they're all professionals and all this. But when they hit about 40 years of age and they stop playing, and they're full of arthritis, their heads are wrecked, and they suffer all kinds of traumas. I don't think so.
Their heads are wrecked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Their heads are bashed for the concussions.
Yeah, they've probably had a few concussions, I'd imagine. Steve, I'm surprised you don't watch it, Steve. As a gay man, I thought you'd be watching it just to see the fellas running around their shorts.
No, see, no. As soon as you said the Tour de France, I was like, yeah, spandex. I can get on board with that. But the fact that the loose shorts, there was actually famously, and Angela would probably know this, there was famously a guy playing rugby, and his lad fell out. Now, it was,
his lad fell out?
His lad fell out. Now, like down to his bloody knee, so there's no choice but to fall out. So, you know, that's about
big
the
lad.
boy I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Huge. It was like a Dyson hair wrap.
But Rob, on a serious note, Rob, it is, you know, if you're a rugby fan, which this guy clearly is because his father played for Munster and the family are a rugby family, like Angela, right? For them, they feel this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and he doesn't want to miss out on it.
Oh, dear. He doesn't want to miss out.
Yeah.
There's other things that go on, you know.
Can people also stop saying once in a lifetime?
That is not a priority. I don't care. It's not a priority. It's not.
Can I just say as well, by the way, that Paul O'Connell is completed his computer engineering degree at UL.
She's just Googled that.
I'm sitting here looking at this. Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at the same lad, big baldy guy, yeah?
And what does he want a medal?
That's him.
Okay, and Angela, can I actually...
By the way, somebody just texted in and said, rugby is steeped in snobbery and elitism, and there's no skill in rugby. I'm just reading out the text, by the way.
And can I also just say...
And that comes from a reasonably intelligent person, because I know him.
Angela, can you do me a favour?
Reasonably.
Can you stop saying once in a lifetime? Can you do that? Because it's once every 4 years they can win this.
I did say once every 4 years. I said it comes around once every 4 years. No, but let me finish.
You said this guy once in a lifetime, blah, blah, blah.
Are you ready, Steve? I said
yes.
Every 4 years it's on, but this is actually the first year where Ireland have the potential to actually win the Rugby World Cup. So,
well, fingers crossed for the next 4 years.
Be one. Yeah, but that's the thing, like, he's got 4 years.
By the way, sorry for interrupting. Somebody just said text in and said to put Angela in our box, by the way. Tell Angela the top football players are more intelligent because they earn millions compared to top rugby players who get like a few $100,000.
So, because you earn more money, you're more intelligent.
Well, I think that was the point he was making, is that they're not wasting their time. At least with football, you know, they're coming out of it with millions.
And it's not only that, no, they're more handsome
which
looking.
Is ridiculous.
They are more handsome.
More handsome looking. Jesus Christ, give me a rugby player. Give me a rugby player.
I forgot, Rob. You're gay too, aren't you? I forgot.
Yeah.
And that was me saying wife earlier on.
About my wife. I couldn't believe, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely forgot about it. See, so Rob is looking at them running around the pitch too.
Give me a rugby player over any little pansy daisy man tripping over his bloody nails. You know? Like, the thing is, a rugby player will do everything to stay on the pitch. They have played with
Angela, you're so defensive over rugby. You really are.
Oh, I am. But you know what? Oh, my God.
Do you get insulted?
Oh, my God.
Do you get insulted? Do you get insulted when I turn around and say something like, rugby is shite?
She's got a point, but now in fairness, Rob, I'm going to say she has a point. The football lads, right? They get tripped up and they're crying on the ground, you know, and they're like the drama of it all. Rugby fellas get a bang, they're just back up again, they run off.
Yeah, two things can be shite.
Well, hang on. Rob, she's got a point, hasn't she?
Peter O'Mahony played with a dislocated shoulder. Rory Best played with a broken wrist. I mean,
yeah, that's smart.
Come out the ball.
Right, isn't it?
Yeah.
A broken
But
shoulder.
you know
I'll
what?
just continue
That's a
playing.
real
Very
man.
clever.
That's
No,
a
that's an
real
idiot.
man. Rather than, oh, he tripped me up and I hurt my ankle. That's what it is.
But see
You know
how
what I
you
mean?
feel about football, Angela? That's how we feel about rugby.
But you can't.
No.
That's how you feel. You feel that rugby players go, oh, ref, I hurt my ankle. No, they don't. So you can't feel like
I just think that it's a terrible... Look, it's to me, from an observer on the outside, I look at rugby and soccer as the exact same thing, just one of the balls go in the air and the other one doesn't. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, well, now you are shown how thick you are.
No, he's not sick.
I've been years doing that, Angela.
Oh, come here. Well, come here. You've hit your peak now. You have hit your peak.
Okay,
Soccer,
well, explain.
football, and rugby are the same. They're the same, are they?
Is that 3 different games you just said? Soccer, football, and rugby?
Well, because some people call it soccer, some people call it football. That's why. Soccer / football, rugby are all the same. Go on. Yeah, you tell me how they're the same.
He didn't.
Yeah, I don't see the difference, except for the ball being in the air. That's it.
I'm assuming the ball is in the air in GAA as well, by the way. Can I point out?
Oh, actually, the ball goes
Let's
in
get back
the air.
to- let's get back to your-
Yeah, sorry.
The ball does.
The conversation's getting a bit ridiculous now. Rob, what are you trying to say, Rob?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, just saying that. Sorry, no, I was just going to say, like, let's get back to the woman involved.
Yeah.
Can you contact her, by the way? I hope
No.
she's tuning in, listening to all
I
this.
hope she is, yeah. She now wants a Dyson Air Wrap as well, apart from anything else, yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, she should be on the phone to him right now and say, we're over if you're staying there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's me or the game.
Because-
Come home.
Yeah, make your decision. That's it.
Okay.
What?
He will turn around and go, woohoo, I could go again in 4 years.
So what? You think he thinks more of the game than her?
Yeah, that's what
No,
I think. And
I
she should coach her losses right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'd agree with you, Rob,
Listen.
actually. I'm with you.
You know what, Niall? Niall, okay, I'm actually going to be serious.
No, I'm being serious now, and I agree with Rob. If I was her, I'd ring him up and say, listen, are you coming home tomorrow? And he goes, no, honey. We have to play New Zealand, and if we win that, we're in the final. I'm hanging on here. I can't miss this. When I say, Grant, the ring is in the post.
Yeah. Now, the only thing I would say is, right, has anybody actually thought that he can actually afford this?
What do you mean?
Just putting it aside, right? Just put
He's
all
spending
the
he's
laughing
spending the
and
savings.
joking.
He's spending the savings.
Well, I don't know. That's what she's saying.
Yeah, but that's what she's
Do you know
saying.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think that he's probably going, listen, I'll have this made back up in a couple of months.
But that
You know.
money could have gone into the savings.
Yeah, but for the sake of, like, I suppose I'm different because
Say that
anyone
again.
that I'm with knows how much I love rugby.
Yeah,
You know.
You are a bit different, in fairness, Angela.
Yeah, so just a slight bit special. But
There's
No,
three
I
lads
don't-
on air right now slating rugby and one woman. And I would also like to point out that 2 of the lads are gay. The other one's suspicious, maybe?
That's so untrue. Can I just point out? Not even curious.
Here, I'm going to say something now. Sorry, Niall, that's because rugby is a real man's sport. Joking, Steve. Joking, Rob. Not joking, Niall. Karen, I love you.
Okay, let me just play a couple of these here. Hang on for a second. Let's see if I can play these voice memos.
Oh, you know.
Oh, Jesus, here we
Good
go.
topic tonight, I suppose. No,
suppose.
it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Let him live his life. If what they're doing is saving for a marriage and a house, she's gonna get it all in the divorcing anyway. We all know that. But I mean, it's only money, Niall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let them enjoy it. They're going to spend the next 20, 30 years paying for something that they can never afford. So,
Yeah, it's only money.
you know, I mean, if that was a man telling a woman she couldn't go off, imagine the conversation we'd be having now.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
£600 Niall for a curling tons. Is Karen off her head or what? That chap will be witnessing history. If Ireland win the World Cup, the Rugby World Cup, he could be witnessing history.
He could be.
Hey Niall, Mike here. I listen every night. I have to say, you need to bring Sophie on more often. The best 5 minutes of nighttime radio I have heard in a long time. The Dyson Airwrap. What a hoot. Go Sophie.
Go Sophie with the Dyson Airwrap. Amy, hi, how are you?
I'm not too bad now, Niall. How are you?
Good, you have a Dyson Airwrap?
I do not have a Dyson Airwrap, and I would shoot my other half if he ever bought me one.
Yeah, £600 a bit much for an old curling tongs, isn't it?
Well, it is when I've got when I've got very little hair. It would be a total waste of money.
Sorry. All right. So, Amy, getting back to the Rugby World Cup, is he squandering their savings, or is he just enjoying life, and probably the last time he'll get to enjoy life the way he's enjoying it?
Oh no, I'm with him. As I said, texted saying I'd tell one of my children to see them win to be in the stand to see them win the World Cup for the first time ever.
You'd sell one of your children tonight.
I wouldn't actually.
I hope that's an exaggeration.
I don't know, I'd be tempted.
Good
And
woman,
in fairness,
Amy.
my other half would probably be the exact same.
As her? Or is he the
Amy?
same as you?
Amy, you're from Limerick, aren't you?
I'm not. I'm from Galway.
Galway. Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Even better.
Now,
There you go.
and have you gone to
my
any,
other half-
Amy, have you gone to any of the rugby matches?
No, I'd love to go though.
Right, but why haven't you gone? Because it's too bloody expensive, yeah?
Yeah, I have 2 children. I've not no issue with it.
Well, so that's it. You have priorities. I mean, you have to spend the money on your family, yeah.
Yeah, but if we had it in savings, like, we'll be clear about the fact that between myself and himself, I'm definitely the worst with money.
Right.
Now, I make sure all the bills get paid, but I do, like, arrive home with, like, look what I bought. And he's like, Jesus Christ.
Did we really need one of them?
really need it.
It's a hair wrap.
In fairness, in my defence, it's usually something for the kids, and he's like, they have enough.
Yeah. If you got the opportunity, let's say you had some savings and you had £5,000 in savings, and somebody said, I can get you a ticket for the final, £600, £2,000 for flights and accommodation.
I'd be gone.
Would you?
Myself, we'd spend the £5,000 to get the 2 of us over there. I would literally drop the children at my mother's front door and be gone.
And you sell one of your kids?
She'd sell one. Or 2.
Would you?
We might just drop them off. We might be back.
See, Rob, I don't get it. You don't get it. Steve doesn't get it. But it's bizarre that it's women that are coming on the air. They're obsessed with it.
Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, I love watching it. I have to say, I find like that. Now, my daughter plays Gaelic football, and I will go and watch her play Gaelic football.
Would
But
you?
I will not actually watch like professional Gaelic football. I find it relatively boring.
Okay.
Soccer, I won't watch at all. I just think they're literally tipping the ball back and forth to each other, and it's like.
Get over
to me,
yourselves.
I'm like, you'd fall asleep watching it. Like,
Yeah, well, I'd fall asleep watching rugby too. This whole idea of it stopping every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, you see, I like the fact that they have to play the ball. They have to play it. If they're like holding on to it for too long, it's a penalty to the other team. You have to play the
Yeah,
ball.
but what about this
They-
crack at them stopping every few minutes and Gall going over to the side of the pitch and then forming this tunnel at the side or whatever it is?
That's
And then
the scrum. A scrum.
a scrum, whatever,
Call
yeah.
it scrum. That's called a scrum.
Yeah, but like if you can imagine the effort that goes into a scrum, like watching it and seeing them.
I
having
see
to
them,
hold
yeah. They're all pulling at
You know
each
what I
other's
mean?
testicles. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, they have their hand.
It's the
It is a bit of a gay sport, isn't it, Rick? I mean, when you see them in the scrum and they have their hand between the other fella's legs holding onto his gadget.
But that's what we think. It's the least homophobic sport on the planet.
And can I just point out that I decided to do a little experiment here. I decided to Google because I wanted to see that video again of the slow motion of your man's langer falling out. Because it's funny as well. And I typed into Google rugby slow motion penis. That's the words I put in. The amount of gay websites coming up. They're all gay. Gay or day. Rugby player
You see,
slips out.
Steve, the problem is you're relatively new in the game, right? You're relatively new. We'll give you another 5 years and you'll come back out.
Angela, I swear to God, I was at a match, the size of the men, the size of the thighs, his heart.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever talk like that.
Fairness, I think it's the most.
Amy, well, hang on, just let me get back to Amy very quickly before we go to the break. Amy, do you not think he's being irresponsible with our savings?
No. I see. It depends. Like that. If she's proper annoyed about it, I think it's a discussion that needs to be had because it's both of their savings. If it's his own money, he can do what he pleases with.
Well, 50% of it is his, I assume.
Yeah. So I would literally say to him, I'd be like, if it was me, I would say, right, half of that is mine. You have the other half. You can spend that how you like, but if you touch my half, we're done.
Yeah, but this was savings for a house, for a deposit for a house. They're saving.
Mm.
You know, the bank are not going to look very favourably on this.
Yeah, they're probably better off wait a couple of years anyway and see does the price houses come down.
They can have Amy, they can have that discussion when he comes back from the rugby.
I think so, yeah. I think unless you're into rugby, you can't understand. I can only imagine what the atmosphere, the environment, everything over there is at the minute for them to play in New Zealand. If they get through to the quarterfinals, it'll be the first time they've ever gotten through the quarterfinals. And in fairness, look at Ireland in other sports. We've never, ever, I think, what was it? It was on QI one night. The only thing Ireland have ever won a World Cup in is fucking, what was it, ping pong? No. it was a tiddlywink competition. Remember tiddlywink?
Tiddlywinks.
That's what it was. It was the World Cup tiddlywink competition. That's the only thing Ireland has ever won the World Cup for.
Did we not win something in archery going back 2 years ago or something? Was there maybe I missed.
Dressage or something.
Oh, I don't know. It could have been an old episode of QI now, in fairness.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure we won a World Cup in something.
Niall, I would like to say to Angela, for the first time that I will ever say this to you, that I stand corrected. I just looked at one of those videos, and you don't have to wait 5 years. I'm now in on it.
What?
The gay scene.
So, Stevie, you're going to come to a match with me?
Oh, absolutely. Okay. I'm there.
Rob and Steve will be on the sideline with you, roaring as well.
Yeah. We'll be the cheerleaders.
And you know what, Steve? There's a few gay rugby players as well, so you could really be in there.
No, I'm sure there's more than a few. By the looks of these lads.
Well, if you want to bring me with you, I've got 2 children for sale.
No problem.
Listen, everybody. Amy, Angela, Rob, and Steve, thank you very much indeed. It's been a hoot. Oh, Jesus, I've never had so much of a fucking laugh. That's Sophie when it's mental. There's something wrong with her Dyson Airwrap, I have to say. Anyway.
Real people, real opinions, real talk radio. The multi-award winning Niall Boylan Show.